Okay, I'm gonna pull that one. It's called the Aji Habanero. Let's see, what can we say about this one? This is a very sensitive plant. You can see there's some sun scalding. It's in my greenhouse, and I'm getting some sun scalding on the leaves. The tops of the plants for the longest time were this bright yellow coming out. It wasn't sick or dying. It was just bright yellow when the tops first came out. I don't know if that was from too much nitrogen. I mean, I really didn't put that much nitrogen in the soil or anything. It was just coming out really. So I stopped putting any fertilizers, Epsom salts. I just stopped with everything. So I didn't know if I was damaging the plant. And so I stopped, and it seems like the yellowing's gone. I wish I would have filmed that, but I didn't think it was really that important. But it was coming out bright yellow. I mean, and the leaves looked healthy, not curled. They're just yellow. It was just really weird looking. It was very distinctive, no matter what I did. And then I started to flush the soil, thinking, "Uh-oh, I burned this plant," you know. And I started flushing the soil clean. And I didn't add any more fertilizer, Epsom salt, or C90 or anything. I just took everything out. You know, I just washed it out really good. And now it seems like it's kind of back to normal. Everything's consistent anyway. So I don't know if that's normal or a really healthy looking plant, or if I was burning it. So anyway, the stem is of it's very just on the ridges. It has small little ridges on it. Just on the very ridges, you feel a little bit of something on the ridges, but in between the ridges, it's nice and smooth. There's no purpling in the stem. There's no purpling in the nodes. Okay. The leaf is of a broadleaf type. You can see the bulges out in the back. All right. The lobes, I should call them, the lobes. These plants are roughly just about pushing 3 feet. One looks like it's about 3 feet, and the others are maybe 30 and 32, and somewhere in that range. They're kind of getting up there. Let's see. All right, that's the top of the plant. You can see it's kind of still a little bit kind of like bright green yellow. Even though I stopped giving it fertilizer, it still kind of wants to do that. But when I was giving it like regular fertilizer and Epsom salt, man, this thing was coming out bright yellow. It was just it was the only plant doing that, and I was giving them all the same amount and kind, and everything was the same. It was just, this is the only one I was really acting like that. So here's the flower. These flowers got a pattern on them. If you look very closely, if I can see in my own view, you see the pattern on the back of the flower? Very interesting looking flower. The rest of the flower seems to be an opaque white. It's not pure white. It's the inside of it. You can really see that pattern right now. That is something, right? They all have it. Here's another flower. Alright, just look in the center. Look at that pattern in the center of that thing. You can really see the pattern. And that's not pollen. That's not pollen. That's the pattern of the flower itself. So it's a very interesting looking flower. Very beautiful. No fruits yet, guys. You're going to have to wait a little bit for this one. So leaves are of a broadleaf type, but they're just not very big leaves. Even on the older leaves down here, they're not that big for a leaf shaped like that. It almost looks habanero-like, but tiny, miniature. Maybe when a plant gets 6 feet tall, maybe it does a little bit different. But growing in pots, this is what you should expect. So, all right. So that is the Aji Habanero.